Hey guys, Travis Daggett, 818 Investments and Forefront Enterprises. Want to talk today, kind of walk through the process a little bit of parts of a deal and just some different opportunities to find deals and different creative scenarios that you can hopefully use for real estate investing. So first thing I'd encourage you to do is if you have an MLS meeting in your area, go to it. Typically what these are is they're weekly meetings, and they're mainly for real estate agents to go to, for realtors, and they just pitch their properties, their new listings. And of course there's various incentives from cookies to gift cards to cash for people, drawings, for people to show them and to submit offers that day. Great opportunities for networking, which I'll talk about in a second, but also just a great way to keep up on values in the marketplace, because you're gonna get a snapshot of properties, areas of town, sizes, amenities, and the prices that you're going for. Great way to keep up to date on that. As far as networking, of course, you'll find agents there, also lenders. Anybody's free to come, even if you're not licensed. At this particular meeting, I went to my first one yesterday and saw an agent I hadn't seen in years and years, reconnected, and we were just talking. And I told her that I buy houses that are off the market. If she has anything and she refers them to me, I can pay her a fee. Well, she said that she has a property that she's agreed with the seller to list, but it's not on the MLS yet. So I said, well, let's go take a look at it. So we went there, and it turns out it's really a distressed property and a distressed mortgage, because the borrower hasn't paid the mortgage in several months. So of course they have late fees and interest there. The lender has not filed foreclosure on them, but they could file any time, which is a significant cost and fee. And the house needs a lot of work. It needs at least cosmetic work, of course, and possibly structural work. I saw some cracks in the ceiling, and the roof had some sagging. It was warped and stuff. So could be some issues there as far as getting an inspection, getting it insurable, and getting financing on it. So it could be some issues for a standard owner-occupant buyer there. So I asked the agent what her plan was, and she said the plan is to, when they get all their stuff cleared out, because there's just junk everywhere. She didn't, it wouldn't have shown well. She was waiting for them to get that all cleaned up, and then she was going to list it. So I asked her what she was going to list it for. She said $129. I asked her what she thought the ARV, the after repaired value, would be, and she said $189, possibly $200. So right away I thought, okay, it looks like maybe it needs $30,000 in work. So 129, 30, 160 to 190, 30,000. Not a ton of equity, but there's some equity there. There's some potential for a deal. So I told her I want to make an offer, and the offer is this: 114 in cash, close in a month. Give him time to move out of there, and she can get a 3% commission. The seller would walk away with about $15,000 in cash after the payout. Let's see, because I think their payoff was around 95. So what I needed her to understand is, to pass on to the seller, is that they need to agree to walking away with $15,000 in cash, and she said that that's what they wanted. So they needed to understand that first and foremost, and to explain that to them. Now, you might assume that most agents understand the ins and outs of creative solutions and financing, and most of the time you'd be wrong. Most of the time they don't. Even most investor buyers don't do things really outside the box. Most of them just buy properties and with standard financing. So you may have to educate them, and it'll help them, it'll help you, and hopefully help you to do deals with them in the future. The reason I need to explain that to her, to explain to the seller, is if you're comparing 114 to an offer of 129, well, of course, the uneducated seller is going to say, well, no, I don't want to take that. I'll just wait and take the 129. But if you break down the cost for them, they could very easily get less than the 15,000 by waiting. And here's how. First of all, it's going to be that time until they list it, which could be a month or more. Then there's going to be the time till they get an offer, which could be a month or more. Then there's going to be the time to closing, which could be a month, typically 30 to 45 days, but could be longer. So already we're at 90 plus days there. Now, in this case, with this property being distressed, each month that goes by, the property is worth less. And that's because now you have mortgage payment that's missed. Again, that's another $1,000. You have interest, late fees, however much that is. And then the big unknown, it's not a matter of if but when, and that's foreclosure. So they're already 90 days late. The lender can file foreclosure anytime, and that's instantly a $3,000 to $5,000 attorney fee to add on to the payoff. So now they just lost $5,000 as soon as that's filed. When is it going to be filed? We don't know, but it could very easily be filed tomorrow and be added on. Okay, so there's that fee. They're going to have to pay both sides of the commission, so that's 6%. Typically, they're going to have to pay the buyer's closing costs. That's 3%. Let's see. They may have to pay for some repairs for the buyer, depending on who the buyer is. And really, that's if everything goes well. If it sits on the market, the foreclosure process starts, the fees start adding up there. There's a lot of things that could go wrong that they don't want to take the risk on. So when you break all those costs out, they're actually going to get less than 15,000 and possibly much less just by holding out and thinking, maybe they can get an extra 5,000 or 10,000. It's really not the best thing for them. It's not the best thing for the agent. She's going to get paid later, if at all. And certainly not the best thing for you, the investor, because you're not able to do a deal. So I hope that helps with walking through a deal like that. Of course, if you're a wholesaler like me, what you want to do is either get it under contract for a certain amount and assign it, or do a simultaneous closing, or do something outside of escrow if you're not licensed. And of course, that's kind of a different topic, but just some different ideas for finding leads, for creating deals. You're not going to probably find too many deals. You're going to have to create them. Travis Daggett, 818 Investments and Forefront Enterprises. Comments, questions? That's awesome. Be sure and subscribe to get updates. Talk to you next time.